Hey guys, before the video starts, if you guys are interested, check out my Instagram, OmegaGreed, for in-depth, behind-the-scenes footage of my cars and of the channel. So if you're interested, check out the Instagram, OmegaGreed, all one word. But without further ado, let's jump right into the video. What's up guys? In this video I kind of want to give you guys a in-depth kind of look at what it's been like daily driving the Dodge Challenger RT for like the last month and a half. I kind of want to give you guys my overall impressions of the vehicle. I know I haven't really gotten into that yet, and I figured this is a good time to do it. How am I liking it so far? How does it compare to my Jeep Wrangler and just all those type of good stuff. This isn't going to be like my full like in-depth review and everything like that. This is just kind of my first like initial like month and a half. How do I like it so far, you know. But yeah, so without further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, so this is my vehicle. If you guys don't know, this is my 2017 Dodge Challenger RT. Without further ado, the main thing that you can see is just how the car looks. I think it looks stunning, just in its stock form. I mean, yeah, I'll get into the suspension in a second, but in its stock form, I think the vehicle looks great, just from pretty much any angle, and I'm really, I don't know, I've been really enjoying that. Don't mind the fact that my car is absolutely filthy right now, but yeah, you know, wintertime. I'm actually gonna go get a car wash later today. But just for the pure aesthetic viewpoint, I think the car looks great. There's a couple things I do want to do eventually. Like I do want to take out, I guess this little badge, the Challenger little badge. The RT, I think that's fine. Probably will black these out. But I do want to take this off because I don't know, I don't really like the way that looks. But that's pretty much it. I'll keep the Hemi badge. And then I actually do have the stock. I do have the tinting kit, the tint out the back tail lights, and I will probably take off the little Dodge emblem and put on like another, like they have like these little I don't know what you call them, like covers you can put here. Further down the line, I would like to do a different rear spoiler, maybe a rear diffuser and a front diffuser, but right now I'm in the winter, and yeah, I'm not going to do all that stuff to the vehicle. But yeah, but as far as that, I think everything looks good. The one thing I will say, the stock suspension, so this is the RT. As you can see how much wheel gap, I mean there's pretty good distance. That's a complete fist inside there. So yeah, down the line probably getting a lowering kit would be nice, just to make it sit a little bit lower. But I think for right now, I mean, I'm driving this in the winter. This should be fine. It's okay. You know, I'd rather have a little bit more clearance, especially in the winter time, than having none. And oh yeah, these are my winter tires. See, 245s. They're still the stock rim size, as you can see, the 245s. And yeah, you can definitely. It would probably be nicer to get some little bit bigger ones down the line, so it could be, you know, like some 255s just in the summertime. But for right now, in the winter, just got the stock tires, or the stock tire size on the stock tire, or wheel I should say. The other really nice thing is just how big the trunk is in here. Now, as far as using this as a daily driver, I have been absolutely loving having a trunk. As you guys may know, before my car was a Jeep Wrangler, and don't get me wrong, that had plenty of room. But the one thing I did miss was having a physical trunk where I could put stuff in the back and it's kind of hidden away from everyone else. So like, as you can see, I'm like running around right now. I have, you know, just extra stuff, you know, some car stuff, tire, and then like I have some extra weight in my trunk right now because it's winter time. But just having this extra room inside the trunk and like an extra space, this is great. This thing is absolutely huge. And then here goes the engine. As you can see, it's the 5.7 liter V8, and this engine, you know, like I said before in like my previous video, it's not the most powerful when you're talking about the V8s for the American muscle cars, but yeah, this engine has 375 horsepower, just around there, and for that, I think it feels healthy. It feels really healthy. Yeah, especially using this for my daily driver, that's been great. You know, you have plenty of passing power. It sounds great, especially when you start it up. Fuel economy hasn't been as bad as what I was expecting. I'm getting a lot better gas mileage in this than what I got inside my Jeep Wrangler, and that I was getting around 14 and a half. That was combined highway and city. With this, doing like the same type of driving, I'm averaging right now like 19. That's with me actually, you know, putting my foot down actually quite a lot. But yeah, I know I could definitely get a lot better if I were to try, but I'm okay with getting 19 miles per gallon, because that's, right now, that's great. So yeah, the engine bay, I think it looks great. A couple of the things I will probably do down the line is doing a catch can. I won't really do a cold air intake because there's no really need to. Honestly, the way that these are designed, you don't really need a cold air intake. They really don't add anything extra. I might do a K&N air filter. You know, that would probably give me, you know, just anything with that. But such for that, I think honestly leaving it stock, I think it's great. I may down the line take off this engine bay cover and getting the like half engine bay covers. I think that looks kind of cool. But as far as anything else, I think underneath the hood, I think it looks fine. As far as the interior goes, I am absolutely loving this. I know a lot of people say that the Mustang interior is like the best out of the 3 American muscle cars. I don't know, I have to disagree. I think probably, in my opinion, it goes Camaro, then this, then the Mustang. But honestly, for what this is, I think this is great. I have the cloth interior, which I think is fine. Having a leather, you know, that would be nice, but having the cloth, I think that's totally fine. These seats are great. They hug you really nicely. And I do love, there's like an extra, you can like change the like bolstering on the side as well. So like the lower back bolstering, that changes. I think that's great. Yeah, I think for what it is, this interior is like really, really nice. You know, there's some soft touch like up here and everything like that, so that's great. The back seats are actually usable. I've sat back there, I had people back there before. You know, that's great and all. Then yeah, just me just sitting right here. I think just this whole cockpit feel is great. That's the one thing I really wanted when I got another vehicle. Coming from the Jeep, I loved it, but the interior, using that on a daily basis, every single day, I'm starting to get old just using that every single day, and I really wanted something that was a nicer feel and nicer touch. And I will say this has definitely been a big improvement, and I really do like the way everything feels in here. Then yeah, as you can see, you know, the steering wheel, really nice soft leather. It has a real nice feel to it. I really like how the 9-3 grips are like really thick, and then you have, you know, your nice grips down here as well. This is not the RT Plus, so I do not have the paddle shifters. I will be installing that. That's definitely the next mod I do want to do. I do want to do the paddles, and I'm going to get the taser for this vehicle to unlock the paddle shifting and unlock a couple other features with the car. But I will say I do love that. I do love the way that the steering wheel looks and feels and everything like that, and this has just been great. I mean, I love it. This is the upgraded 8.1-inch Uconnect screen, and it's great. You know, you have all your stuff, your climate controls, right from there. You got your apps, your, you know, GPS, which actually, I will say this GPS is actually not bad. I do actually like using this because it shows up here, and you can have it show up on here as well, which is great, and I love that. And then, yeah, you have all your other, you know, your phone settings and all your other stuff. And I will say, if you get the taser, that will unlock the performance pages for you. So that's another reason why I want to get the taser for this vehicle. But moving right along, You know, just having this type of tray, I do love. I will say the only thing I don't like is that there's no real good place for me to put my phone. I'm running a bigger phone. I have like the Note, and there's no good place to put it. I can't really put it inside the cup holders. They don't really fit. It doesn't quite fit in here because if I have it like this, it kind of flops around a bit. It won't like lay flat. There is a little net that's over here. I could have put it in, but it doesn't quite fit like exactly. So that's like my only like kind of complaint is that I don't have anywhere to really to put my phone at all. So I kind of have to put it like there. You know, it just kind of flops around, especially if you're getting cups, like you have coffee or something in here. It kind of like hits it, and it's just, I'm afraid it's gonna like, if I put it there, it's gonna flop over and just fall on the floor and slide around, which it has happened a couple of times. So that's like the only thing I can really think about that's kind of been like a weird thing. Is just that. But yeah, all in all, I'm okay with that being my biggest issue. But yeah, overall, the vehicle so far, it's been great. I've really been liking it, and it's definitely is different from driving the Jeep, which, I mean, obviously, I know I keep comparing it to a Jeep Wrangler because that's the vehicle I had before this. Even comparing this to driving my Camaro that I had before the Jeep, it feels different because the Camaro was the V6, that was a manual. This is automatic, but it, you know, it's the V8. This is definitely faster than what the Camaro was. Having the ZF 8-speed automatic, which I think is, honestly, this transmission is great. I think getting the paddle shifters will be even more fun. But just even having, you know, just it being like normal, you can put the transmission inside like the manual mode. You can kind of like, you know, shift it with that. That's okay. But I think just the way it is, this transmission is so responsive. If you just dip your toe into it, it will downshift immediately. You know, you do it again, it'll downshift twice for you. You know, I really do like that. The fact that this transmission is very responsive. So yeah, it makes driving this vehicle fun. You know, if you want to just cruise, you know, just drive normally, you can. But when you want to have some fun, you know, you put in the sport mode. When you put in sport mode, the transmission, it definitely holds gears a lot longer. And then if you know, even if you're just driving normally and then you just like dip your toe into the throttle, it will downshift for you. You know, it gives you, you know, it'll raise the RPMs and it's ready to just go. This car is definitely, it's a whole lot of fun. Last thing I want to touch on is just the power aspect. The engine has about 375 horsepower. Now, when you compare it up to, you know, the Mustang and the Camaro, like I've said this before in like my other video, but I'll reiterate it really quickly. I kind of put this in like that second tier. So like for me, it goes, you know, the SXT, which is the V6, and then the RT, and then above that you have the Scat Pack with the 6.4 liter, and then, you know, you have the Hellcat, you have the Demon. I kind of line this up against, when you think about it in that order, because, you know, that is the order. I think about this being compared up against a, I would say like the V6 Camaro and the EcoBoost Mustang. I would say for the Camaro it goes their 4-liter, their 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo is their lowest, and then comes the 6-cylinder, then comes the SS, then comes, you know, the ZL1, and then, you know, if they make a ZR8, you know, whatever, it's in that order. And then for the Mustang it goes from their V6, which they killed off now, but the V6 will be the lowest, and then the EcoBoost is above that, and then, you know, the GT, and then the GT 350, GT 350R, it goes in that order. So when you think about it like that, I compare this up to, this would probably be compared up to a EcoBoost Mustang, and this would be compared up against the V6 Camaro and that type of tier. It's like the second tier is not like their top dog or like their true like enthusiast type of vehicles, because yes, this has the V8, but, you know, this V8, it is a truck motor when you really think about it. So it's not really meant, I mean, it is meant, you know, for performance. It does have a lot of performance. It sounds great, but as far as speed, this going up against a, you know, a GT or a SS Mustang, SS Camaro, it doesn't hold up. You really do need that extra tier to compete with the other trim levels. But for what it is, the reason why I like this vehicle for what it is because, yes, it's in that second tier, but to me, this sounds so much better. It just sounds so much better than all the other, you know, the competition, that it's just worth it. I mean, at the end of the day, this is still a V8 muscle car, and to me, that's great. Is it the fastest thing out there? No, but just that sound alone. I mean, most people, when you see a Challenger, you know, most people are to drive around, you know, the 6-cylinder ones. So when you come across someone else that has a Challenger that's a V8 and you can hear it, it is kind of exciting because you don't really see that. I mean, honestly, I've seen a ton. I've seen a ton of V6 Challengers out there and Chargers. Haven't really seen that many, you know, just driving around V8s. So just having that sound and like seeing another one, it's like, oh wow, they have a V8 too. You know, even if it's not the Scat Pack or anything else, it's just a normal like RT. That's still a rarity. And yeah, I don't know. I think to me this is more rare than having a V6, you know, Camaro or having an EcoBoost Mustang. You see them a lot. You don't really, at least me personally, I haven't seen just a V8, like a Challenger, just driving around. So that's kind of cool. So that's kind of my overall impression so far. I will give you guys an updated impression, just loop of what I'm thinking about the vehicle. You know, I'm happy with my decision of purchasing this vehicle. Do I miss the Jeep Wrangler? I do in certain aspects because, you know, when I see other Jeeps, you know, I'm still looking at them like, oh yeah, cool. But I think for me, for right now, this was the right decision, and I'm happy with it for right now. So be on the lookout for my future videos, which I'll be talking more in depth about this Challenger and doing some quick and interesting mods to this vehicle. But with that in mind, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a like. Check out some of the other videos that I've done. I've done a ton of videos on my Jeep Wrangler, on my Camaro, and I'm starting to do videos on this Challenger. So if you're interested in this journey, check out my channel, check out everything, you know, just go through my playlist. You'll see all the videos. But yeah, like always, thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.